And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Griswold High School. My name is Mike Minarski, along with the Merch.
Afternoon, Mike.
How you doing,
I'm
Kevin?
doing great. How about you?
And Steve Cravino's lurking around here too. So
He's just loitering there.
he's just loitering. You loitering? He's the athletic director. You're on.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear?
Oh, yeah. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. All right. Griswold has taken the field here for the top of the first. As Griswold is taking on Ledyard. And Kevin, it looks like Griswold has another tall order to fill.
Yeah, Ledyard. Don't let them fool you by this 3-8 record they have, because they are in the large division, the number one division, and they play some pretty tough teams. They've played NFA a couple times. They played Waterford. They played East Lyme. They split with Bacon on Saturday, as Griswold split with Turtelot on Saturday. But this is a very veteran, and we've said this probably almost every game this year, Mike, that every time that the Wolverines get on the field, they ended up playing a very veteran team. The lineup for the Ledyard Colonels has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 juniors and 3 seniors. So that differs quite a lot from the Griswold team, who has a number of freshmen. 3 out of the 4, or today it's 2 out of the 4 infielders are freshmen. And you have Sean Garvin on the mound today as a freshman.
And you have to really kind of give Garvin a lot of credit, because he's been pretty solid. And to your point, you're talking about, Griswold playing a lot of larger schools. Woodstock, for example, who took 2 from Killingly.
Yeah, that was a pretty big surprise to me, but Woodstock is starting to hit the ball.
So he pitched against Woodstock and did fairly well.
Yeah, he did. Sean did a good job. He and Nolan Webster, the kind of the backup. The backup pitchers, they're holding their own out there. So we'll see how Sean fares today in this game against Ledyard.
All right, we are just about ready to play some baseball. The defense is set. Garvin looks like he's about ready to go. The ump talking about how they can only have one guy on deck at a time.
Yeah, the players tend to kind of gravitate to in front of the dugout instead of in the dugout. So I think he's making his point very well known right before the first pitch.
Here's the first baseman, Zion Frazier. And Garvin, he's ready to pitch. Let's play baseball. First pitch hitting, pop up to Ganley. But it looks like Corey Smith is going to take control of it. 1 pitch, 1 out.
It's a nice way to start.
Yeah. Here comes the left fielder, Kean Sullivan. A junior. Bats left, throws left. 1 down, top of the first. There's a little blooper into left field. That's going to drop in front of Cade Rubino for a base hit. So we've had 2 pitches and two shots to the outfield.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an excuse me base hit right there.
Yeah.
He hit it off the handle, and it just blooped over the heads of shortstop and third base.
There's Braden Wiesner. Is that how you say it?
Wiesner.
Braden Wiesner.
First 3 batters for Ledyard are all juniors, and then we have a senior on deck. Wiesner is going to be pitching today, as a matter of fact. So the third batter is going to be the pitcher.
Strike 1. So if you look to the future a little bit, and we've mentioned it a couple of times, this year, the Wolverines could have a pretty good pitching core.
Yeah, give him another year or 2.
There goes Sullivan on down, and the ball and the throw goes into center field. So stolen base for Sullivan. 1 ball, 1 strike to Wiesner. I
believe.
I apologize. This is the first time we've seen Ledyard. So I don't know all the kids yet. It's a pop foul back off the bat. May hit us. It did. Here comes Scott. Scott's going to go ahead and retrieve the foul ball. I haven't seen Scott
Might have
all
gone
year.
back that way. Might have gone in back of us, Scotty.
Have we seen Scott all summer or all season yet?
I have not seen him yet.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Wiesner. Foul back. Count remains the same.
So you have Garvin on the mound. You have Evan Merchant behind the plate. Nolan Webster, his steady place over at first base. Gavin D'Amico starting at second base today. Short is Chris Tanucci, and at third base is Colin Mitchell for the Wolverines. Top of the first here.
There's a line drive. That's going to be over the head of Rubino. And that's going to get a run home easily as that ball was scalded out to left field off the bat of Wiesner for a double. 1-0 Ledyard. That was a shot.
Yeah, it looked like Rubino might have been playing a little too shallow for the third batter anyway.
Rubino's pretty quick. He can cover a lot of ground. We've
can.
seen that a couple of times.
He made an amazing catch on Saturday out in left field. Sliding catch that he came up with the ball. It was great.
Here's Julian Montemurri. I'm going to botch every one of these names.
No, you're pretty close. I think it's Montemurri.
The ball's outside, ball 1. He's the shortstop, and he's the first senior we're getting to take a look at today. Batting from the left-hand side for the Colonels. 1 out, couple of hits. Nets a run for Ledyard here in the top of the first. Foul out of play over the Wolverine dugout into the veranda section.
The mezzanine.
Oh, that's the mezzanine. That's the verandas over there.
Mezzanine's where the beer and pretzels.
Well, that's right.
And peanuts are, and the veranda is over where the ice cream, slushies, and coffee milkshakes.
Oh, yeah. The Cravino Cola is over there. There's a slap up the middle, and that's going to get right through Tanucci, and they're going to wave it. No, they were going to wave him in, but they held him because I think he stumbled going around. Wiesner stumbled going around third. So 3 straight hits off of Garvin after getting the first guy to pop out to Corey Smith. Here's Robert Moynihan. He's the DH, or Robbie, as it is put in our scorebook. So Ledyard draws first blood here, Kevin.
Yeah. Yep. It's kind of been the case, Mike. When you think back, there have been a number of games when the opponents have struck first, and it changes the momentum, like right off the beginning of the game.
And
I was going to say right off the bat, but I didn't want to say right off the bat because that would have been just too.
I can
punny.
I can get sound effects for you.
Punny, pretty punny, huh?
Outside 2-0.
Garvin's just off the outside of the plate. Pretty sure he doesn't want to give Moynihan anything too good to hit here after he has had 3 good, solid base hits against them last 3 batters.
Here's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Still shooting for that outside corner, and that time he got it.
First one was way outside. Kept coming in a little bit more.
Moynihan is actually the DH today. He's DHing for Rory Pelletier, who will be playing third base.
Garvin steps off. Looks Montemurri back. So 1 run in for Ledyard. Sullivan singled and scored. 3-2.
I'm thinking nice double play here would work for us, right?
I would think that would be good. A walk would not work. But Garvin's throwing the ball pretty good. I mean, he's a good pop.
He's not just tossing it up there.
Getting some good pop.
And Sean hasn't pitched since last Saturday.
Swing and a miss, got him.
Nice pitch.
Or is that only strike 2?
Oh, strike 2.
See, I thought it was full count. See, when you have a competent scoreboard keeper, it's easy to do. Like Sid the scoreboard kid. Strike 2. Thought he had him. Here goes the runner at first. That ball is high.
Merchant tried to frame it, was a little bit too high and outside.
So Moynihan gets on base. Montgomery goes to second. And you still have Wiesner on third. So the bases are loaded for, I'm going to let you pronounce this one.
Nate Petro.
Nate Petro, also a junior.
Lots of juniors and seniors down this lineup here, Michael.
Petro is the right fielder. Ball is high, and Garvin is finding himself in a bit of a jam here in the first.
Infield's playing like middle depth here. I don't think they'd come home on anything to short or second, but anything to third or first they would.
Well, they gave him the outside corner there. 1-1.
Nate just asked the umpire, I think, where was that?
Well, obviously on the outside corner.
On the outside corner.
I
don't play. I thought it was pretty outside myself.
Yeah, I thought it was. Swing and a miss. Had him off balance there. Looked like pulled the string a little.
Yep, he did pull string a little bit. Looks like he's been throwing primarily fastballs.
Mm-hmm. So if he can punch this guy out here, he can get to Walker Lens to try to end the inning and stop the bleeding. Curveball.
Right there.
Got him.
Yeah, nice pitch on that. Petro just got fooled, that's all. I think he might have been expecting that fastball again.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it did fool him. Nice curveball. Is that the first curveball or the second curveball he's thrown?
Not too many. And that one was a breaking ball that ended up right over the plate. There was no question about it.
Swing and a miss fastball to Walker Lens, the second baseman.
Tell you what, if Garvin can get out of this top of this first, they are.
I was just going to say exactly that.
And,
yeah,
and I don't want to. I'm knocking on wood and everything here, but if they can get out of the top of this first with the bases loaded and 1 out, I'll tell you what, that's a good start for them. I was saying before that the momentum going the other way because the opponents have been scoring a lot of runs in the first inning. It'll go just back to the Wolverines if they can stop this here.
1-1. Garvin pitching from the stretch with the bases loaded. And strike 2. 1-2. So he's 1 strike away from getting out of this mess. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Garvin pitches out of it with a couple of Ks. So he gets in a jam.
Yeah,
but he pitches out of it.
Nice way to start this thing. Even though Ledyard up 1-0, it's got to be a confidence builder to have Garvin shut him down with the bases loaded and 1 out.
Yeah, I mean they got 3 straight hits in that inning.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4 batters, and one of them
and a walk.
Wiesner had a blast.
Yeah, that was. If he got under that just a little more, that could have sailed out of here.
It was hit pretty well.
So we've played a half inning. Ledyard up 1-0. Griswold's going to come to bat for the very first time, and you said it's the same lineup as they used at Turtle.
Pretty much. Gavin D'Amico was not playing second base on Saturday, but for one of the first times this year, I think the batting order is pretty darn close to what it was on Saturday for both games. Maybe coach found something where he likes, kids hitting after other kids or kids hitting in front of other kids. And maybe he's going to try to settle on a lineup because he's jumped around quite a lot already this year. And as far as where he's batting his players. So.
And I wasn't there on Saturday. You were, and you'd let me know what had happened.
Yeah, it was
But-
kind of tough. First game that they got beat. Nolan Webster pitched, and he was pitching. He pitched very well. But in the first inning, Turtelot scored 2 runs. The only 2 runs they scored all day.
Yeah.
And Griswold had a number of opportunities and just couldn't put the hitting the right time at the right place and score a run. And they ended up getting beat 2-1. But they had some chances.
Well, one of the things that you and I had talked about the last game was Griswold was just in a bit of a hitting slump. So did you see any kind of light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, I'll tell you, they actually.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Griswold. Please be advised, ECC
Mr. Cravino
protocols,
is
as well as
giving
Griswold
some
public
announcements
protocols require a mask to be worn by all
as
spectators.
far as the fans that are in
If you need a
attendance.
mask, please see the press box. We'll be more than happy to provide one for you. Thank you.
And Kevin?
Yeah, it was, so the Wolverines did come up with a few more hits than they have been having. They were in a couple games last week where 2 hits, 3 hits for the whole game, and we had a couple players hit some real good shots too. Corey Smith doubled. Nolan Webster got a double. Gilgenbach, Evan Gilgenbach, I thought he was going to hit his out, and he doubled. And Tanucci also had a double. Oh, excuse me, Garvin had a double on Saturday too.
Speaking of Tanucci, he's the leadoff hitter and takes ball 1 from Braden Wiesner, the pitcher, who looks like he's got a little power behind that ball.
Throwing it hard. Tanucci's batting .241 coming into today's game with
2-0,
seven hits and 29 at bats.
Inside, it's 3-0.
Again, Ledyard coming in today at 3-8 on the season, and Griswold at 5-7.
Swing and a miss. Tanucci with the green light.
It's 2-2, maybe. I think.
Maybe.
I think the umpire just put up 2-2.
The ball is outside. Now I think we're at 3-2.
Yeah.
We think. No, I know. Some of the umps are hard to read. The ball is high and a little bit outside. Tanucci draws a walk. So leadoff walk for the Wolverines brings up Evan Merchant to the catcher, who you said caught 14 innings and beat out a couple of infield hits on Saturday.
2 weekends in a row, he caught all of both games, 14 innings, and then he did beat out 2 infield singles on Saturday too. He's batting .258.
How's his quad still attached to to his body?
Yeah, Evans 8 for 31 coming into today's game.
Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Tanucci got a big lead on first. 1-1. I thought he was leaning. I thought Tanucci was leaning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. His Merchant fouls one off to the right-hand side over the Ledyard dugout. In the veranda section. I'm going to keep calling
That's the veranda.
The ball's outside 2-2. I'm going to keep calling it the veranda until I get it right. The ball's outside.
So Wiesner is already getting himself in trouble with numbers of pitches, if nothing else. He ends up walking Tanucci in a 3-2. Merkin's got him at 3-2. Ball 4.
Ball's outside, yeah. 2 walks in a row.
We don't really care how we get on base. We just need to get on base.
Yeah.
So Scott Chasen, coach, 8th year coach for Ledyard, headed out to the mound to talk to Wiesner and his catcher. Scott Chasen is a name from the past at NFA. If anybody remembers, I believe he was a real super pitcher down there some years ago.
How many years?
I don't know, at least 8 plus 4 Plus, I think he played some minor league ball.
Played for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
2006, I saw him.
It's just so crazy how fast time flies, though. You think about it. It could be 15 years ago that he played. Who knows?
Pitched overseas.
Yep, he could throw.
I threw in the Kazakhstan League for a season. Here's Gilgenbach DHing today. He takes the first pitch and fouls it straight back over the Griswold Pride broadcast booth.
Evan had a blast for a double on Saturday. He comes in here batting .294.
There's a bouncer onto the right side. They're going to go ahead and they're tried to get the
Tanucci's coming home.
They tried to get the out at second, but the ball got away from the Ledyard shortstop, and Tanucci came all the way around.
I think Merchant might have messed up the shortstop on that play, and
you're right.
sliding in the second, and ball got away. And Tanucci, I don't think he stopped because he was home before they retrieved the ball out there.
So let's call that E6. Fielder's choice.
Right.
Here's Garvin. Garvin takes a strike. So the Wolverines have tied it up 1-1. Nobody out. First and second.
Sean's batting .172 so far in the year.
Yeah, that's a strike.
But he had a long double on Saturday. Really got a hold of it.
Mike and the Merch, along with the Van Cam and a special guest, Steve Cravino. Swinging a miss, strike two. I got a name for it, but I don't know if you like it. I give everybody that runs the scoreboard.
Oh,
nickname.
jeez. Ay.
So like we got Sid the scoreboard
wait.
kid.
Yeah.
I think if I say this, I'm going to get punched, but it's calling that outside strike.
And Nolan Webster up to bat.
Steve scoreboard. What do you think? Steve scoreboard.
Nolan had a big double the other day too.
Fouled back.
Batting .241, 7 for 29. Excuse me. Yeah, 7 for 29. Junior, he's one of the few upperclassmen that the Wolverines put on the field.
You hear that, Steve? He did that math in his head. Fouled. Ooh, almost got Scotty. Thank God for that fence, Scott. He's got to be the biggest Wolverine fan of all time.
Gavin D'Amico, the on-deck batter, retrieves the ball from the backstop.
That ball is high. Looks like a curveball that didn't break down. But I think he's even trying to throw the curveball a little hard. Some chatter coming out of the Wolverine dugout. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Garvin goes down swinging. That's only the first out.
No, Garvin's.
Oh, I'm
out.
sorry.
See, you're worried about giving people names.
Garvin
for
strikeout.
Scoreboard
I know.
names, and you're, not playing the game.
What am I doing here? It's Gavin D'Amico. It's a strike. So it looks like Wiesner has settled down a little bit.
Imagine the first inning a little bit. I mean, first half inning, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Garvin did the same thing. Gavin's coming in at .357. I think he has the leading batting average for the team.
There's a strike. Yeah, see now Wiesner's just firing.
Yeah, he's kind of settled in a little bit, I'd say. Yeah. He's throwing the ball. He's gotten a groove.
Here's the 0-2. Foul, just kind of fighting it off.
And he really throws hard. It might be the hardest thrower that the
we've seen.
Griswold has seen, I think. My guess.
And, it's true. I mean, Garvin, even as a freshman, he throws pretty hard himself. Ball is low. He throws pretty hard.
Yeah.
Imagine what he's going to be like as a junior and senior if when his strength, because, as a junior, they're going to pop up and they're going to broaden out. Swing and a miss, strike three.
Well, 3 in a row.
So Wiesner goes ahead and settles down, but the Wolverines did get a run, kind of manufactured, a couple of bases on ball, fielder's choice, and an error.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
Really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. They've had trouble all season trying to get those runners across home plate. So anything that they can do out there they'll take runs any way they can get them. Griswold and Ledyard have no common opponents this year. They don't have any teams that they each play. Again, the Colonels are in Division 1 and Griswold's in Division 2. So Ledyard plays a lot of the bigger schools, including NFA and Fitch and Stonington and Waterford, who have some great baseball teams.
So what's going on at the Jewett City Savings Bank?
We're open for business.
That's a good thing.
Yep. Planning that next branch. Starts with an M.
I think she's a troll, this person. Yes, you can't even find her.
Ledyard ready to come to bat here with Jaden Margiotta. Jake Vitorito will follow him, and then Rory Pelletier. No, excuse me. Then it'll be top of the order with Zion Fraser again.
So what are the hours now? I mean, everybody at the Jewett City Savings Bank, I know everybody's back. The lobbies are open once again.
Yep. Just normal hours.
Normal hours,
at
huh?
8 o'clock. The lobby opens at 9. They close at 4 Monday through Wednesday, open at 5 on Thursday, and open at 6
And you guys
on
are pretty
Saturday.
aggressive with that, too.
We were. We were one of the few banks in the area where other institutions had closed their doors to walk-in traffic for a long time, and we only shut down our lobbies for less than 3 months.
Yeah.
Seems like yesterday, but it was a year ago.
Jaden Margiotta. How did you pronounce that?
Margiotta.
And
wow.
Nice play by the third baseman.
Yeah,
for Griswold.
The only bad thing about that was that Mitchell probably should have called Merchant off, because that could have been one heck of a collision, because neither of them stopped and they just happened to slide by each other. But what a great catch on those are difficult balls to put your glove on sometimes.
So Mitchell covered some ground there.
Yeah,
that was good to see. One down. Here's Jake Vitorino, the catcher. His curved ball inside. Vitorino, kind of a different kind of stance with the bat on his shoulder. I haven't seen that in a long time. He's kind of like Rick Burleson.
He does. Even his crouch there looks like him, doesn't it?
I was just gonna say, do you remember his nickname, the Rooster? Remember? How about Steve Lyons? Remember Steve Lyons? Psycho. That was.
I thought it was at first where he was all full of dirt. He was all full of dirt and pulls his pants down, wipes himself off, pulls his pants back up. There's another one.
Merchant is under it, and he's got it. Lunges for it and got it.
Evan, nice catch. I tell you, those are the toughest.
I never could do those damn things. I could never catch that ball.
The toughest balls to catch, because they're got spin on them, and that one was a mile high.
That's why I was never a catcher,
because
I couldn't do that. I would lose all my time, space, and dimension when you flip 180 degrees and look up and like, what the heck is?
It's like you're flying you're flying upside down.
Yeah.
Like Nolan Webster did a couple weeks ago or last week.
Here's Frazier, who popped out to Corey Smith in the first, and that's only the second pitch he's seen, because he was first ball hitting. So no balls, one strike. The Nolan Webster bend over there in the fence. And there's a bouncer. Mitchell was going to get it, but nice throw, but it was kind of off the mark, going to get away, and Corey Smith is going to go ahead and field it. So Frazier ends up on second on the throwing error by Tanucci.
And that's where in a year or two, the infield, if it's anywhere close to the same infield, is going to be so much better, because these freshmen, they've got tons of potential, but it's just the experience they need in the infield. They need to start charging the ball a little bit more, make better throws. We've had some games, Mike, that they, not just the infield, but Griswold has made 8 errors, 6 errors. And those are the types of things that you can't have if you want to be have a winning record.
He's way down the line. Do you give him a base hit and an error?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought.
Yeah, he would have definitely beat. Well, he did definitely beat it out, but then Tanucci threw wide to first, and that's how he got the second. So single and an error.
No balls, 1 strike. More clouds
Sullivan.
coming into our area.
Sullivan started it for the Colonels last inning when they had 3 consecutive base hits. He had the first one.
Two strikes on Sullivan.
It's easy to get distracted up here.
It is.
It is.
Especially when the hamburgers and hot dogs start cooking.
I know. And then you start hearing beer here, and then everything goes to heck.
Yeah, I've never seen beer sold at a high school game, but there's always tomorrow. Could they do? Is that legal, Steve?
Geez, I would kind of think not, right?
Ball's outside 2-2. So Garvin is tried to make him chase a couple. Now it's evened up the count. A little better inning than he had in the first. There's a bouncer up the middle, right underneath Garvin's glove. And that's going to score a run. Base hit and an RBI for Sullivan as Frazier comes around to score. That's Sullivan's second hit.
That was a nice shot up the middle.
Yep. 2-1. Ledyard.
Almost hit Garvin, but he's probably glad it didn't, because if it hit him in the shin, that would have stung. Wiesner had that long double, and
he rockets that one into left center, and that's going to get past Ganley, and they're going to wave another run home as Sullivan scores all the way from first. That's his second run scored. It's a couple of doubles now for Wiesner.
That's what you call helping your cause when you're a pitcher, huh? Helping your own cause.
Here's Mata Murray, who had a base hit his first time up. Top of the second, 3-1 Ledyard. Mike the Merchant, Steve Cravino on the scoreboard, as well as Van the Cam Man. As you see what he sees. Pop up. That's going to get out of play. No play in that one at all. As we are broadcasting in 1080p high def, Merch. What do you say to that?
Yeah, nothing less. I would expect nothing less from SNSN Radio.
Garvin taking a long time, and he balked. Sends Wiesner to third.
There was a balk on Saturday as well, and the last person I think was, you'd never want to think, it was Evan Gilgenbach. I think he balked the run in, but that was the game they ended up winning. Yeah, Saturday was good for pitchers. Nolan Webster pitched a full game, lost 2-1, pitched a great game. And then Evan Gilgenbach, their ace, pitched the second game, and they both pitched complete games. In the second game, they won 6-2.
Well, Saturday doubleheaders have got to wreak some havoc on these smaller schools pitching staffs.
I was actually very surprised that the schools played 7 innings. I thought they would agree to play 5 as they did against Putnam, I think. Not against Woodstock, because Woodstock's the biggest school. I'm sure they would always want to play 7, but I thought they'd play 2 5s on Saturday, and they played 2 7s.
There's a bouncer to second. Should be an easy play. And they get Montgomery for the 3rd out of the inning.
It was Gavin D'Amico scooped that up and tossed it over to Webster for the 3rd out.
So we've played 1.5. Ledyard picks up a couple more, so they're up 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 2nd. And who do we got in the bottom of the 2nd here, Murch?
Starting off with Colin Mitchell, followed by Cade Rubino, and then Corey Smith.
I want to thank, of course, Griswold Dental Associates on Slater Avenue here in Jewett City for being a part of all of our broadcasts for the last 4 years. We really appreciate Dr. Katzoff, or Dr. K as he's known by his patients, and his entire team over at Griswold Dental Associates, 860-376-2624. So whatever you need for your family's dental needs, check out Griswold Dental Associates. And just as it says on their website and Facebook page, Dr. K and his team, they'll make you smile. Was that Steve? Was that smooth enough? Did I deliver that okay?
That's nice.
Like butter. It was smooth like butter. On a roll. And of course, we talked earlier, about the Jewett City Savings Bank, and since day one, Kevin, thank you. Since day one, the Jewett City Savings Bank has been on board.
It has been our pleasure, Michael.
And we are certainly very grateful. And then I get to put them to work too.
Yeah.
What a deal.
Yeah. This is how I earn that back.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you and I have been together doing this from day one, too.
Yeah.
We started off with girls softball, I think.
Yes,
and
we did.
kind of migrated over to baseball and softball. And
Maybe in the future sometime it'll be some basketball.
well, maybe.
Maybe not.
We'll see. We'll see. Extra stipend for basketball, but we'll see. We'll have to negotiate as we do every springtime.
Is that when we negotiate? I forget.
It's over the winter before.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. All right, here we go. In the bottom of the 2nd, Colin Mitchell, the 3rd baseman, made a nice sliding catch, ranging far to his right, where he almost collided with Evan Merchant.
Yeah. Colin's batting .227 right now. He is 5 for 22.
2 balls, no strikes.
That's a double to his credit. Not exactly sure what that was about. Did you guys pick it up?
No, but the coach and the umps seem to be exchanging pleasantries.
Something, I think, to do with their pitcher, I think.
Foul straight back. Murch, every time a foul ball comes in the vicinity of me, I remember you sticking your hand out and saving my face.
Oh, that was funny.
There's a shot short.
Good shot.
On over the first. 6-3, out number 1. It's Cade Rubino.
Cade had a couple RBIs on Saturday as well. 2nd game, a couple singles. He's batting .231 right now.
Kid's a pretty good athlete.
3 for 13, very good athlete.
Ball 1.
I think he earned himself a starting spot out there on Saturday, possibly.
You're doing great, Steve. I don't even want to learn that thing.
Stipend just went up the scoreboard.
You got to cut Cravino a check now for running the
Oh,
scoreboard. My God.
You're going to be broke. You're going to be able to afford to do the games.
What's this gonna?
Oh.
3-0 to Rubino. One of the smaller kids on the team, but pretty quick. It's right down the pipe.
Tell you what, Wiesner throws the ball hard.
Pop foul. Yeah. Straight on back, 3-2. Ball 4. Let's see a third free pass issued by Wiesner.
He's got 3 walks and 3 strikeouts.
Here's Corey Smith. I'd like to see this kid get a hold of one.
Yeah, he had a nice double on Saturday.
Strike 1. It's a good pitch. Bottom of the second. Foul, 0-2. So Smith in the hole quick. Bino dancing off first pretty good. Ball's low, 1-2.
Corey's a good, he's a very steady outfielder too. He's somebody you want in the outfield for you.
Here's
This
a
could be
grounded to
trouble.
short. This could be 2 to second.
Beat it out.
And they couldn't get Smith at first, so he's going to. So 2 down for Tanucci. Walked and scored the Wolverines' run.
And Chris had a double on Saturday too. Chris and Sean Garvin both had nice doubles on Saturday. Got a hold of the ball.
There goes Smith, and here's the throw, and it's going to go into center field, and he's off to the races to go to third, and there's no throw, and he slides in there as the ball actually got away from the center fielder as well. So the Wolverines try to make something happen here with 2 down.
Yeah. Tell you what, Corey didn't even hesitate when that ball got through the infield. Talk about a pop-up slide. That was one.
There's the ball. Fouled straight back. Oh, you had the handout.
There was one Saturday, Mike. I was in my lawn chair with the scorebook, and it came about, 6 feet from me.
Really?
And if I didn't think, because I always go towards the ball instead of away from the ball, and if I didn't think I would have fallen out of my chair and looked like an idiot, I might have got trying to get up and catch it, but I thought better of it.
Put me in, coach. Merch is ready to play. Two and one. Tanucci ahead on the count. Tanucci, the leadoff hitter.
I tell you what, I do like this umpire very much compared to what we've been seeing because he's much more demonstrative and he lets you know when there's a strike.
The ball is high.
Whereas we've had some 3-2. We've had some games we not sure what the call is. He lets you know.
And there's a liner right to the third. He hit it hard right on the button.
Yeah, you
right
can't hit
into
much
the
harder
mid of
than
the
that.
third baseman. Yeah. So the Wolverines threaten. They get a runner to third in Corey Smith. He reached on a fielder's choice. Going to go to the top of the third, 3-1 Ledyard. So Ledyard has played. Who have they beaten? Do you have their?
I happen to have that right here.
Did you?
They've beaten New London, they've beaten Stonington, and they split a doubleheader with Bacon this past Saturday. So they've got 3 wins and 8 losses. And again, they play teams that the like of Norwich Free Academy, Waterford, Fitch. Fitch is
Big school.
7-2 this year. NFA's 8-5. Bacon 6-3. Waterford 9-0.
Surprise.
The only couple of losing records in their Division 1, London's 3-10 and Stonington is 0-11.
Tough year for the
But
Bears.
everybody else has got winning seasons and so far. And they're tough teams. Big schools have a lot more kids to choose from to put out in the baseball field. So
All right, Garvin back on the hill for inning number 3. It's got Moynihan, Petriel, and Lenz. I said I probably botched all 3 of them.
nope. Petro was the only one. Nate Petro.
I generally don't have trouble with names. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with the Ledyard names today.
They have lots of long names.
Yes.
Need a burger from the mezzanine deck.
I do need a burger.
Maybe that's it.
I do. I hear they have a meal deal.
Buy one, pay for one.
Buy one, pay for one.
That's the deal.
All right, here we go at the top of the third. I'm not enjoying a burger, thanks to Steve Cravino. Thanks, Steve. Buy one, pay for one. Here from the Griswold Pride broadcast booth from Griswold High School. Strike 1 to Moynihan, who walked and was stranded on first, as the last the 2 following batters struck out. Outside. See that, Steve? Look at that. 1080p. It's just
awesome. That's better than looking at it live.
I think so too.
That gives me a little.
Yeah. Makes me a little dizzy. That ball's kind of squibbed down a short, down to Tanucci. Boom. Right on over to Webster for the put out.
Nice play by the young shortstop out there. Came in on the ball, scooped it up. Good throw.
That was a good, strong throw. I wasn't thinking about it. Just zipped it on over. I always made the most errors when I was thinking about it. And I would force the throw. If I wasn't thinking about it,
it's usually the easy
accurate.
ones because the one when they're easy, you expect to make the play, and that's what kind of tenses you up sometimes.
Here's Petriel. No?
Petro.
Yes.
Petro. You're close though. You're just a hair off.
Strike 2. Nice curveball from Garvin. You got him.
Petro got fooled first time up. He got fooled looking at a third call strike, and Garvin's trying to put him in the same position this time.
There's the pitch. He's a bouncer, slow roller. And they didn't get him. He was off the bag. He said Webster got pulled off the bag from the throw from Mitchell.
That was a nice play by Mitchell, actually, though. He scooped it up and threw it in one motion.
I'm watching the instant replay.
So we call that an error because he got pulled off the bag. Would he have been out if he wasn't pulled off the bag?
He would have been out.
Think so?
Yeah, I do. I think they would have got him by a half step.
I'm glad I'm not the official scorer. Only the pretend scorer.
So one down for Walker Lenz, the catcher.
It came floating across, didn't it?
I noticed that.
Len struck out his first time up as well. One of Garvin's 2 strikeouts.
Throw one over to Webster. Runner back. (3-1) Ledyard, top of the third. Swing and a miss. A little ahead of that one.
He took a mighty cut, though, I'll tell you.
He sure did. Now Steve's got me wanting burgers. Thanks, Steve.
Well, I was just talking. I figured because I was talking about them splitting with bacon the other day, I thought you'd want
Burgers.
burger with bacon on.
Did you know? Let me tell you something. This is no joke. 3 years ago, I was pulling up to do one of the games. Griswold gets. Matter of fact, it was the one.
Baseball or softball?
Kozel didn't get hurt that game. It was the year before. So 2-3 years ago. Well, anyway, I pulled up, and there goes the runner, and the ball is inside. There's the throw from Merchant, and it sails away from the second baseman, but or the shortstop. I'm not sure. So I'm not kidding. I pulled in, and they were making burgers, and I said, "Do you guys have bacon burgers? That's a legit thing." And they went, "No, we've never done that."
Wasn't it a football game?
It was a football game.
I remember this. This could be trouble.
And foul territory, Corey Smith almost had it. He kind of sat there for a second thinking, ugh. He had a good shot at it, though.
I remember that game. I did not help you announce that game, but
No, it
I
was
think
football,
I went up
yeah.
and saw you in the booth that game, and you were telling me the bacon burger story, because why would they not have bacon burgers?
And they didn't
I
even
know.
think about it.
No.
And I'm like, they do have a good concession stand, but they had no bacon burger. How does a school named Bacon don't have bacon burgers? Here's the runner going to go to third, swing and a miss, strike 3, and the throw.
Wow.
Oh,
That had to be pretty darn close over there.
Wow.
Unless he snuck in the back of the.
I thought that was a strike him out, throw him out.
Close, I tell you. But Garvin gets Lenz. Strikeout for his second time.
So for the third straight inning, Ledyard has a runner in scoring position. And here's Margiotta. Jaden Margiotta. Center fielder. I'm struggling today. I don't know why.
Margiotta.
Stop.
It is. I'm just telling you. You've been calling him Margiotta, and all of a sudden, in the middle of innings, you changed the kid's name. But
because at the beginning, before we even started, you said, "How do you pronounce it?" I said, "Oh, Margiotta, I think." And you corrected me, and I still went back to the wrong way.
It's all right.
Steve, this is what happens as the game moves on.
Yeah, a little punchy.
1-2. Margiotta. Got it. Nailed it. One ball, 2 strikes. Garvin looking in for Margiotta. Steps out.
Now you're just going to keep saying it until he just gets.
Yeah, Jaden Margiotta still at the plate. Margiotta flied out or popped up where Mitchell made that nice play. There's a line shot right to Mitchell. Mitchell eats it up and swallows it for the third out of the inning.
The way to get out of the inning.
Yeah, it was. That was hit on the nose, too.
It was.
Right on the Margiotta. We're going to go to the bottom of the third inning right now.
When he comes up again, it'll
Huh?
be Margiota again next time when he comes up again.
Oh, God. Lord have mercy on my soul. All right. So if you need tires, Kevin, you know where I'm going with
I
this.
do. I do.
You know,
I do know where you're going.
I've been going this all season long. Tires.
And there's a queen involved.
There is absolute rubber royalty involved here. Her name's not Margiota.
Thank goodness.
No, it's Jess. Jess the Tire Queen over at Advanced Automotive on Route 138 in Griswold, right next to that little gassy station there. They do everything over there. They do service work on cars, RVs, motorcycles, whatever you got. But they also have great deals on tires. And the only person to see in Eastern Connecticut, never mind just Griswold, is Jess the Tire Queen at Advanced Automotive. Check them out on Facebook. Tire Queen.
And she's very clear that there is no tire king
There is no Tire King.
there. It's the queen.
So I got to tell you a little story about I got stories for days. So there's Jess's father, Bill.
Yeah.
Well, of course, Bill works for Jess now, obviously.
Yep.
So we went out to Town Grill, where another former merchant works. And who's in there but Bill and Deborah Preslucky. He walks over, he says hi. He's always very nice. And I see him everywhere. I think he bilocates. I think there's two of them. I really do. And he ever since I've been doing like this and news and stuff, he's called me Scoops. So I asked
because you're a news guy, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
a news guy. Yeah.
So I asked our waitress, who was incredibly attentive and kind. I said, "Can you send him over a drink and some sort of scoop?"
Oh, jeez.
So she did.
Ay, ay, ay.
So here's to you, my friend Scoops. Not the Tire King. That's Jess. She's the Tire Queen. All right, here we go. Bottom of the third. Ball one to Merchant.
Evan walked his first time up today. Again, he's coming into today's contest batting .258.
2-0. There's a little velocity coming off of
Yeah, it
Weister's.
didn't seem like those first two pitches.
Even that one right there.
Yeah. Same pitcher, though, right? Oh, it's not?
We got a new pitcher. Oh, it's Montgomery that's in there pitching.
Oh, that's why the velocity has definitely a different velocity here.
Nobody tells us in the press box.
No, we don't get anything from anybody. That's Evan's second walk today.
There's Gilgenbach. Got on an error in the first. All right. So Steve says he's going to be hitting Sorrells here.
In the Friolator,
Right in the Friolator.
inside corner.
Not that one.
That might have been the one. Take that, just step out.
Could have.
Boom.
Here's the pitch. Curveball, sweeping curve. Got the outside, got the black part of the plate there. 0-2. And there's a liner to left field and nice
Really
sliding catch.
Evan got kind of robbed on that one.
It was right at him too. So
Well, again, it's that same thing. You gotta, playing left field, and you have a left-handed batter. The ball curves towards the foul line. Same thing happens in right field when you have a right-handed batter. So those left and right fielders, they have to be on their toes. Made a nice catch.
Van. Move the cam over. It's like. Not more.
Trying to get both. What do you want?
Sean Garvin up, who struck out his first time. Boy, those breaking balls, it's taking a long time for it to
Trying to
get from
the
the
runner and the batter both at the same time.
pitcher's mound to home plate.
Okay. Ball's outside. 2-0. Wolverines in a hole. 3-1. Still early though. Bottom of the third.
Do we know where Wiesner went? Is he
No.
Is he in the field? Did they swap positions?
That was kind of maybe not a hit and run there.
I'm not sure what that was, but
Merchant was
pretty
halfway
dangerous.
down.
Yeah, he was halfway down, and it wasn't like a straight steal for sure.
Yeah, he wasn't protected.
So I don't know what was going on there. He and Coach Jameson at third base have made eye contact. I don't know what they're.
2-2. No, I do not know where Wiesner went. Number 23.
Their numbers, I think, are hard to read too because they blend into their shirts.
Here goes Merchant. Sweeping curve. He picked the perfect pitch to go on.
Well, it wasn't even close.
But it was off speed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one. Those are the ones that go on. He's got some wheels. So
here's a shot to left field that's going to drop for a base hit. Merchant's going to go over to third. And Garvin's going to be on. That's only the Wolverines' second hit?
I think it's
Their first.
only their first hit.
It is their first hit.
And that's been their struggle this year.
Yep.
Errors in the field and hits, at the plate. And again, not to blame it on underclassmen, but there's
Another balk, and the runner's going to come in.
Comes Evan across the plate. He's pretty happy out there.
3-2. Yeah, but stolen base came up big.
Moves Garvin to second.
This is the loudest I've heard the Wolverines dugout all year. That's a strike. I think Mitchell is the culprit down there.
Gavin D'Amico's on deck.
That was a good curve.
Boy,
Had him fishing.
it was slow motion wind up, slow motion pitch, and really slow motion swing.
That was Phil Necro on the
I'm
mound
not
right
sure
there.
what that was, but Nolan was way ahead of that thing. Ooh,
Thought that was going to hit him, but it
me
didn't.
too.
2-2.
If it hit him, it wouldn't have made a bruise. I know that.
You know what these? You know what these uniforms? You know who they remind me of?
The London?
No. Old school San Diego Padres.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's funny. Tony Gwynn.
Dave Winfield.
Dave Winfield. Yep.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Except they don't have any brown on their hats. If they had brown on their hats, it'd be.
What's that? Yeah. Yeah, he was first base. Number 6.
Who?
Garvey.
Garvey used to play for Dodgers.
Yeah.
Did he ever play for San Diego?
Ball 4. So Webster is on. And they're going to call a timeout. And looks like they're going to make a pitching change, perhaps. Or he's just calling in the entire infield. As the bell tolls.
They're switching pitchers.
No, they
again.
are, yeah.
Is that Wiesner coming back? Is that the
Can't
original
see
pitcher?
their number.
Cannot see. I cannot read that number whatsoever.
Let's see after he delivers a warm-up. We can see his number. There goes his hat. It's number 2. That's Walker Lenz.
They're sharing these pitching duties today, huh?
Mm-hmm. Remember, they just came off of a doubleheader as well, right?
Yeah, they played Bacon on Saturday. And the Wolverines, they played 2 on Saturday, play today. They play Wyndham on Wednesday, and they don't play a doubleheader this weekend, but they play at Lyman on Saturday. So not too many days between games here. And again, when you're a little bit short in the pitching department, it's tough. It is tough.
Lenz is a senior. This is their 3rd pitcher of the afternoon. He started it at second base.
I'm not sure why Coach Chasen took Wiesner out unless he's saving him for another game this week against a Division I opponent, or had too many pitchers in the last game, or he couldn't pitch Saturday and again today. I don't think. But
I don't see
again,
I don't think he would come out of the game.
I couldn't read the number if I had binoculars, probably.
But Wiesner had a couple of doubles, so I don't think he's out of the game. All right, here's Gavin D'Amico, 1 down. Wolverines have runners on first and second. That's Garvin on second and Webster on first. Garvin had a base hit, and Nolan Webster
one of the better threats that the Wolverines have had for a while here.
We're still only in the bottom of the 3rd, and only 1 out.
He struck out his first time up back in the first. Excuse me.
Lenz first offering gets fouled off to the third base side. Is that Wiesner at third?
You need a spotter. Ouch.
That ball is going to go back. It's a passed ball off of the catcher's mitt. Runners advance. Now second and third. And Lenz is even in more of a jam. Brings the infield in. Tight ball game. 3-2.
Gav has an opportunity here to get a couple RBIs with a base hit.
There's a slow roller down to third, foul.
And the Merchant scoring, bringing it 3-2. They're threatening now. Second and third, 1 out. Good time for him. Colin Mitchell's on deck.
Like Dogecoin's falling through the floor. Steve. I still made money. Yeah, me too. It's my attention deficit disorder right there. Saying, huh? Get about 3,000 coin. Yeah. But I bought it at 7 cents. So I bought it. Huh? Yeah, I'm doing all right. There's a strike. Strike 3. Got him looking. So that's 2 down.
That was a tough strike right there.
Yeah.
That looked outside to me.
I thought it was a little elevated.
Yeah, both outside and high. I guess if it's close enough,
It's a little louder because Scotty Brown down there.
Close only works in horseshoes and hand grenades there, Merch. Ball one inside. Low and inside. So it looks like pitching by committee today for the Ledyard Colonels. Tying run on third. There's a little
trouble.
slow
This is gonna be
roller.
trouble.
That
Could be
is going to be
trouble.
trouble. And a quick toss over to first.
Nice play.
And they got him. So the Wolverines do pick up 1.
And their first hit.
And their first hit. So 1 run on 1 hit, 2 left. 3-2. Ledyard leads Griswold. So clouds don't look that ominous, but it just kind of looks bleh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be sunny.
This
today.
is as sunny as it gets lately. Even yesterday, it was supposed to be a nice day, pretty much all Sunday. Huh? Wah, wah. Sound like Charlie Brown's parents. Huh? Every time I've gone to grill so far this year, I'm not kidding you, rain. Or it's like this, and then I go out to the grill with whatever meat I'm grilling that afternoon. Drizzle. Here it comes. No, I will never stop grilling. I do too. Do you grill watermelon?
Grilled watermelon.
Get a big thick slice of watermelon. Just put it out for a little bit.
Really?
It's delicious.
Huh.
Little salt.
Does it caramelize?
Do you
or
sear it a
something?
little bit? Or
Just a little bit. You get the grill marks.
I've never
Okay.
heard of that.
Me neither.
It's delicious.
That's interesting. But there's nothing, that'll be bad off that grill. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do all our vegetables. You know where else we're doing our vegetables? Air fryer. Even the stuff that, even the frozen veggies, instead of putting them in the microwave, we've been putting them in the air fryer. And they come out tasting even better. The lovely Melissa has said she likes that method much better.
Those air fryers are pretty neat little kitchen gadgets, huh?
Yeah, they're making ovens now with air fryers built in.
Yep.
All right, here we go to the top of the 4th, 3-2 Ledyard. And here is Jake Vitorino, who popped up to Merchant behind the plate. Kind of lunged at it and made the catch. Here it comes. Oh, Merch, see? I'm trying to make it happen by saying it, That was coming right at you.
I was going to have that.
He caught one. Really?
Yeah, we were over there that day. And a foul ball. I played in New London. Foul ball came up, and I actually just went like this, and it like stuck to the palm of my hand. And the New London kids are going, Sports Center.
2 strikes to Vitorino. Garvin still on the hill. The batter, who was not Margiotta. I just want to say the name.
I know.
You know?
I think he got it. I think he got it down
I
right now.
think so too. Pop foul. Right into the Miranda section. Did not pick off a spectator. At least it didn't happen. Swing, foul tip. Ring him up. Vitorino is 0 for 2. Here's Frazier. First hit swinging, popped out to Corey Smith in the first. Got on an error by Tanucci and
No, he
scored.
actually had a base hit second time and then got the second on the error by
Yeah.
Tanucci. Garvin's got 4 strikeouts now. Pitched pretty well.
There's a grounder to Tanucci. Picks it up
Boy.
and nice toss over to.
There's a shortstop I'm looking for right there.
There you
That's the
go.
boy. Nice play by Chris Tanucci at short today. A couple times already.
Here's Sullivan. 2 base hits, 2 runs scored.
It's just nice to, as we've had some high error games, it's nice to have a hit like that and not have to make it an adventure. You know, and they just pick it up cleanly and make the nice throw.
Ball's outside. 2 down quickly here in the top of the 4th.
Look at
Bouncer
this. How about
right
this?
back to the pitcher.
Nice inning.
Easy 1, 2, 3. For Garvin, that's the first time. A couple of ground ball outs and a strikeout. Go to the bottom of the 4th, 3-2. Ledyard still on top. I wonder if Sorrells would bring us a pizza.
Good to go. Will you?
Three to 2, Ledyard up. This is our first time seeing Ledyard. Pretty much for anything.
Jeez,
They're in the other division.
Yeah.
COVID and all that. They're in the South Division. So this is a crossover.
Merch, you said they're 3-8 so far this year.
3-8. 3-8. They haven't scored a lot of runs. They're kind of like Griswold a little bit, where they've only scored 45 runs and given up 69. Griswold has scored 52 runs and given up 73. But that 73 is a little misleading because of a couple of high-scoring games. I think Woodstock ended up scoring 17 against them, and then of course they had that nightmare game against Killingly that was 19-0, which I'm sure they don't want to hear about anymore.
But guess
then,
what?
Yeah, again, Killingly loses 2 in a row on Saturday.
They're playing. They're playing baseball.
Yep. Again, maybe this is what we
They're
13th game into the season, I guess, right? Huh? And the kids are today. They look as confident as I've seen them all year. And maybe that little boost up in Turtle Out on the weekend gave them a little bit of a confidence builder too. But these freshmen are coming in and playing well.
They seem pretty confident against the Woodstock doubleheader, even though they lost both games. But the pitching wasn't half bad. They just weren't hitting. Just like even today, they only have 1 hit.
Yeah. And it's hard to believe, Mike. They only have 5 regular season games left after today.
Yeah.
They, as I mentioned before, they play Wyndham on Wednesday, then at Lyman on Saturday.
There's Cade Rubino to lead off the bottom of the 4th. Lenz still on the hill. Spun Rubino around about 180 degrees on that inside pitch, ball 1.
Cade got hit on Saturday one time.
See, crowd the plate. I don't think so. Inside 2-0. Again, most I've heard from the Wolverine dugout all season today. That ball is on the inside corner, 2-1.
Hey, they got a 1-game winning streak going right now. Let's make it 2.
There you go.
Let's make it 2.
Then it'll be 2 out of 3. 2 in a row, 2 out of 3. Keeps coming inside to Rubino, but
can't see really well from here, but I wonder if Kate does really
Tried to step in
close to
front
that
of
plate.
Steve here a little bit, but yeah. Ball 4. That's the second time in a row that Rubino has walked.
That's the 6th walk given up
Yeah.
by Ledyard pitching.
That brings up Corey Smith. Got on a fielder's choice and was stranded on third in the second
Yeah,
inning.
they were threatening and couldn't get that runner home.
And Tanucci lined out to third in that solid shot. That's in the dirt, and Cade's off to the races, and he's going to get to second base. One ball, no strikes. Mike the Birch and Steve Cravino in the broadcast booth for you today. Thanks for joining us. And Van the Cam Man, as you see his hand right in front of the camera. That's Van the Cam's hand. One ball, one strike to Corey Smith. I want to see this kid get a hold of one. And he calls that a strike, 1-2.
Corey has hit some long foul balls here.
Yes, he has.
He thought he put one out one day and it was called foul. It was over the tree, I guess, in right field.
Tanucci's on deck.
The top of the order.
Right back to the pitcher. And they got Corey Smith, but it does advance Rubino over to third. So one down for Tanucci. Tying run 90 feet away.
Productive out.
Yep, moved him along. Still only one hit for the Wolverines.
Chris has walked and scored a run and lined out to third, as Mike just said.
Strike one.
Got to find a way to get that runner home. Anyway, infield's playing about mid-depth out there.
There's a bounce to the third, and
I don't know what happened. Oh,
I have no idea. It looks like another balk.
something happened.
The field ump is motioning.
Yeah, because the third baseman. Must have been a balk. Either way, Rubino's in the dugout, so he's not going back out there. He scored a tying run just now.
Yep.
Yeah, it must have been a balk.
That's the second balk. Garvin was up and was the beneficiary of a balk earlier.
So is that a ball? No pitch.
It's no pitch. So count is 0-1 to Tanucci, and he's going to step out and think about things. So now the bases are clear. A run home. The tie run did come home, so it's 3-3.
I would think I'm surprised the Griswold kids aren't yelling louder now.
That is, well, that's a pop-up. It's going to be in foul territory, given chase. He caught it, an over-the-head catch. That was a really nice play by Frazier.
Wow. Talk about being disoriented and come up with the ball. Looked like a first base version of Nolan Arenado out there.
Wow. So 2 runs for the Wolverines have come home via the balk. Merchant, who's up now, takes ball 1. He scored on a balk. While Sean Garvin was up.
Hopefully this is a strike.
Here's a bouncer short. And they get him by half a step. Good strong throw. So that's going to do it for the Wolverines. However, the damage has been done. They tie the score. Going to go to the top of the fifth, 3-3. Okay, we've got a little bit of a ball game here.
It's fun for a change. Fun. Like it. Wolverines still only have one hit though, right?
Wolverines have one hit. They have one hit. Garvin's going to go back to the hill once again. I think, yep. Garvin's pitched out of a couple of jams today,
Yeah.
showing some poise.
You know, with the pitching we've seen from Ledyard today, you know, maybe that is a little bit reflective of their 3-8 record. Because although Wiesner, when he was on the mound, I thought he threw very well. He throws hard, but for whatever reason, they're either saving him or he's up to a pitch limit or something. Because
It's the
they've
first
had two others.
It's the first game of the week, so I don't know. Did he pitch Saturday, or does that? Not say?
I don't know that, but they also play 2 more games this week, and they're both division games. I think for them, they play New London on Wednesday, and then they play East Lyme on Saturday.
Steve, what's the pitch count that they have to stay below? Is it 100?
I think it's like 75 to 100 is so many days rest. I'd have to look at it, to be honest with you. But anything under 75.
Got it. Let's see if the Wolverines can hold the Ledyard Colonels. But first person they're going to face, Braden Wiesner. Couple of doubles, couple of solid shots, Merch.
The only good thing about Wiesner coming up is that there's nobody
on
base.
base.
Yeah.
It's got a couple of RBIs.
Hit the ball hard twice.
The first one was over Kate Rubino's head, but I think you commented on it as well. He was playing
Seemed to
a
be
little shallow.
Really shallow first time up. I'm thinking that they might have his number now, though, so that outfield knows to back up about 10 feet.
This ball went in the dirt. I think Rubino's still playing a little shallow. But kid's got some wheels, so.
I think the coach just pushed him back a little. Like, that's that number 23, guys. You've seen him a couple of times running the bases.
Garvin tried to put him on the elevator a little bit, but Wiesner not chasing. 2 balls and no strike. It's a ball in the dirt, 3-0.
You don't want to give him anything too good, but you also don't want to put your first runner on. You don't want to walk your first batter in the inning.
But this guy's hurt him a couple of times. If you put him on, because he's done the ball's inside ball 4, so that's his 3rd time on base in a row. But he's handled the rest of the lineup really fairly well.
That was his first walk, I think, Michael. First walk of the day.
No, Moynihan walked in the first, yeah. So second.
Yeah. Yep, you're right.
He's got 4 Ks, but he really has handled pretty much everybody else.
Yeah, it's a freshman on the mound, too. Jeez.
Yeah.
Pretty darn good.
Here's Montgomery, the shortstop. Pinch runner, looks like on first base for Wiesner. That ball was sailing in, but he swung at it, fouled it off.
Montgomery's 1 for 2, had a base hit back in the first when they scored their first run, and then grounded out second to first back in the second inning.
Here's the pitch from Garvin. Swing and a miss. Pitch was pretty high and he went chasing. Gone fishing. The ball's 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball lifted. Rubino is not going to be able to get it. Gets it on a hop and throws the ball in. It's going to be a long single for Montgomery. Here's Moynihan. Designated hitter.
Moynihan's 0 for 1, grounded out to short back in the 3rd inning and walked in the 1st.
Score still tied, 3-3. Top of the 5th. Nobody out. Garvin taking his time. The ball is bunted, and they really only have one play at first. Nice toss over by Garvin, and they get him. Sacrifice works 1-3. Now you got 2nd and 3rd with only one out. And this is kind of like the 1st inning.
Is this a pinch hitter?
Yeah. And I don't even have him on the roster.
Number
4.
It's 4.
Uh-huh.
Sure about that, eh?
I'm pretty sure. First ball swinging, and that ball is...
I'm not sure what.
Ball was dribbled to 3rd.
Is that an error?
And Mitchell couldn't, he got it, and then he fell. So a runner scores. That was the pinch runner for Wiesner. So they all in all, whatever that was, Ledyard gets their 4th run. That's going to be a base hit. Another run's going to score. As Montgomery comes in for the 5th. Here comes Jamison. It's going to come to the hill. Let's see, you think we got a pitching change here, Merch?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
What do they have?
Who we throw in there? Tell you the truth.
Gavin,
maybe.
Gavin D'Amico.
Well, it certainly can't be Webster. Oh, they have AJ. They could have AJ. Might be.
Is
going
he
out there.
here? I haven't even
right
seen
there.
AJ Hamill.
He's down there, right, to the bullpen right now.
All right, so they're probably not going to take him out right now. They're going to let AJ warm up a little bit. (5-3) the score. Kind of a couple of manufactured runs. Sacrifice, and then a dribbler that sacrifice that wasn't supposed to be a sacrifice.
Well, last one, I don't know if it was a hit and run or if they just had a straight steal on, but Tanucci went cover second base for the throw or potential throw, and Lenz put it right where Tanucci was, so worked out perfectly for Ledyard that at bat.
So Garvin survives that visit.
This is your favorite player.
Hmm?
This is your favorite player.
Margiotta. Jaden Margiotta.
Had 2 lineouts, third base.
There goes the runner. Pop up. That Tanucci's got it. And Pedro had to run back fast. So now you get 2 down.
Jake Vitorino popped up to the catcher and struck out his last time up.
There's the runner again. That ball is
Boy, pretty close.
that was a bang bang. I think that's the second that I thought was
Seemed like the throw was real close, just real close. Nothing convincing, I guess, and the ump on the field has a lot better look at it than we do.
That's not true.
It's not true. That's not true. That's what Michael said. It's not true.
There's a bounce at a third. Mitchell on over to Webster. And that ends the inning. But Ledyard does get a couple. Go to the bottom of the 5th. 5-3. AJ Hamill is throwing in the dugout. Well, that would be in the bullpen for the Wolverines right now. See if Ledyard stays with the same battery. Yeah.
Well, Griswold got 3, 4, 5 batters coming up. Gilgenbach, Garvin, and Webster. See what they can get a couple more hits here. They've only had 1 hit for the game so far, so which has again been part of their struggle during the season through 12 games now, 12 and a half.
Okay, Walker Lenz is still on the hill for Ledyard Colonels. These things give you cauliflower ear a little bit.
They do. Oh.
You wear these for years and your ear will get so brittle, Mert, just rip right off.
I feel like it's stuck to my head all the time. But then you put a mask on and it pulls your ears forward.
Do you want to take it
forward
home?
like Dumbo?
You could put it on like a retainer at night to get used to it.
Yeah, it'd be great. Come up with some good ones, Michael. The old headphone retainer.
I'll give you some equipment. You could you'd be on your easy chair. Merch with you.
A lazy boy.
I'm gonna flip the channels. What's on ESPN? ESPN. Nothing there. Let's try Discovery. Discovery Plus. I paid my subscription.
Discovery Plus.
I love Discovery Plus.
A lot of ads on for it now.
Yeah. I love Disney Plus. It's kids. What do you mean just kids? I'm sitting there watching DuckTales, man. Woo, DuckTales. You don't like cartoons, Steve? Really? You really don't like cartoons at all? I was like into growing up. I was into Casper the Friendly Ghost, Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah, I guess I was.
I was a Three Stooges guy.
Tom and Jerry. Used to like Bilko. Yeah, it wasn't a cartoon, but
Sergeant Bilko.
Sergeant Bilko, yeah. I was not McHale's Navy. It was not a big Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's
fan.
Heroes.
It was not a big.
Yeah.
Loved MASH. Schultz. I want to tell you something new. I know nothing.
All right, got Evan Gogan back. Get things going here for the Wolverines.
Walker Lenz about ready to pitch. Here we go for the bottom of the 5th. Low and inside.
Ledyard's given up 6 walks here this afternoon. Have 4 Griswold strikeouts.
Ball's high. 2-0. Game's about 90, a little over 90 minutes now. Merch is on overtime now.
Yeah, double time. Mondays are always double time because Mondays stink to begin with. So
Foul back. Well, if you want double time, you're gonna have to check with HR.
okay, I'll put in my request.
He signed the handbook, Steve.
Right.
I mean, what do you want from me?
Does it have to be on email, paper, text? But how do I make that inquisition?
I'll pay you in Dogecoin. How's that?
It's
3-1. To the moon. That was a ball inside.
Sean Garvin on deck. He's the only Wolverine with a base hit on that side of the field today.
Ball 4. It's a 7th walk.
Yeah, not seeing, obviously Ledyard play before. I just have this feeling that pitching has been one of their struggling points or weaker points, possibly.
Lenz pitching from the stretch. There's a bouncer up the middle. They
this could be
played him
trouble.
perfectly. 6-3 unassisted. There you go, double play. So quickly, there's 2 outs for Nolan Webster.
Nolan's got a strikeout and a walk.
Ball.
Good steady. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
I was going to say the shortstop played it perfectly.
Yeah, he had him really pegged out there. Up him closer to the second base side.
Ball is high, 2-0. Double plays always seem to take the steam out of you.
Sure do.
Fouled at the plate. Ball goes back to the backstop. Wolverines 3 runs on 1 hit. But they've been the recipient of 7 walks. Bounce foul. Jamison, again, no effort to get. Look at him. Look at him. He's joking with the boys. He didn't even try.
He doesn't usually.
No.
He just lets it go.
2-2. Foul back. Just got a piece of it to remain alive.
I think Coach Jamison says if I'm supposed to catch it, you should have given me a glove.
Looks like Hamill's ready to come in. He's just leaning on the fence out in the bullpen. Got him. Looking. It's a tough pitch. But Webster got rung up. So we're going to go to the 6th inning. And Garvin is still going out to the mound. So it looks like Jamison's going to hang with him.
Yeah, get as many innings as long as he's not, reaching certain pitch count or as long as his arm's okay. They've got another game Wednesday and another game Saturday. So Hamill will definitely get his chance. Hey, Noah. How you doing?
How's the Van Cam doing? Puts up his thumb. That is the correct finger. Top of the 6th, 5-3. I think you're right. I think you try to get as many innings as you can.
Yeah, unless somebody really starts falling apart,
Right.
you need to replace him. But even last inning, Garvin pulled another one out of his hat there, where 2 runs, first 2 batters, and then when that the first 2 batters scored, but then was able to keep it at that. Top of the order coming up for the Ledyard Colonels. Zion Fraser, then Kean Sullivan, and then Braden Wiesner.
Top
If
of the order.
Braden's still in the game. We're not even sure that, are we?
He
Yes,
was,
we are.
yeah,
Yes, we are.
because
Yes,
he
we are.
batted.
Oh, yeah.
Batted.
They walked him top of the first batter last inning.
Mhm.
Not sure where he is in the field, but
I think he's at third. I'm pretty sure he was at third. So, ever since the beginning of the game, I've been, you guys had me like, hankering for a burger.
what are you ordering one?
I sure as heck want a burger now, though.
Free.
Yeah.
Free delivery. Zion Fraser coming up.
Balls to strike. So anyway, we had a really good chat with Glenn LaBosse and Sean McKenna and Ryan Aubin earlier today on SNSN. It's still on our page, on our YouTube page, and of course SNSN radio page, all talking about summer programs, was it gap learning?
Some kids missed out on
0-2 on
Right.
Fraser.
stuff this year.
But the bottom line is that the school's really trying to do their best to help these kids out. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it, ooh, that ball was inside. Put Frazier on his knees. But if you didn't get a chance to watch it, check it out on the SNSN YouTube page. A lot of great information from the 3 gentlemen they just mentioned a couple seconds ago about what's going to happen in the summer with Griswold Public Schools. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 down. Brings up Sullivan. They're going to have some really cool classes, Kev.
Yeah.
They really are. Calligraphy.
No kidding.
They're going to offer.
That's different.
And it's not really classes. They're calling it summer learning.
Making it fun. Classes.
Band, chorus. I mean, they're going to do it all. There's a left fielder, Sullivan. Takes this ball 1. And there's a shot to Tanucci. Right on over to Webster. He's been pretty automatic last.
Had a great game in the field today. Maybe the best so far. Looks very confident out there. Good throws.
Here's the dangerous Braden
Yeah.
Wiesner.
2 doubles and a walk, and the time he walked, he scored.
You know what I want to say?
Garvin's still throwing hard out there.
Yeah, he is.
Sean's doing a good job on him, man.
For a freshman, you got to love what you're seeing. That's a solid base hit. That's 3rd hit of the game. Wiesner's on with a base hit.
He didn't get any cheap ones, does he?
No. No, sir.
No little bloops from his bat.
I don't know if I asked you this question, and tell me if I did. Aluminum bat or wooden bat? I always used a wooden bat.
They didn't make aluminum bats when I was playing. What are you talking about?
Montgomery swung right through that
I
one.
had no choice. Nobody'd even come up with that yet. We had to whittle our own bats back then, and we didn't even have them made, you know? Every kid had to make his own bat.
Did he go? No. 1 ball, 1 strike. How about you, Steve?
No, we had aluminum.
Did you? See, I always use a wooden bat. Two down, top of the 6th.
Short baseball for him.
I never had the choice
Really?
between.
Yeah.
They didn't have aluminum
Yeah.
back in the 1800s when I was
I was
playing.
gonna say the 20s, but I didn't want to get smacked around. So 2-1, 2 down. Garvin pitching from the stretch. Great game for the freshman today. There's a strike.
Nice
The
pitch.
outside corner. That was a very nice pitch. Kind of wonder if he hangs out with Gilgenbach because they seem to have a lot of the same style.
And they're deliberate, just
Mhm.
like Evan is. They're very deliberate on the mound.
2-2. Swing and a miss, but the ball gets away from Merchant. They're going to throw it out over to first. That's going to do it.
I don't think did he have to throw that ball because there was a runner on first. And doesn't have the base have to be open.
I don't know.
I'm low. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Well, Wiesner gets his normal hit, but other than that, Garvin kind of shuts him down again.
Coming out of the bottom of the 6th. Wolverines only got a couple more shots here. They're down 5-3. But of course, we want to mention another one of our sponsors here at SNSN, the Burns Agency. Archie Drobiak was a standout baseball player. Was even drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates. But he didn't go that route. He was a heck of a first baseman. He works for the Burns Agency. Been there for quite some time. Made a great career out of it. And we do appreciate the Burns Agency. Jay Burns, of course, leading the crew in Dayville and in Norwich. And Archie and everybody a part of the Burns Agency team. You'll buy better at Burns. Check them out at burnsagency.com.
Archie had a great career here, athletic career here at Griswold, and went on to be a standout at Eastern.
Mhm.
Good overall athlete.
Did Archie play football, or was it just basketball and baseball?
I think he did. Yes, he did play football. He did, because he told me a story one day at the pub about football. I can't remember what the story was, but it was funny.
Archie's funny. I just saw his sister Lori yesterday. And Lori is baking cookies, or had been baking cookies, to raise money for the senior center
Oh,
that's
really?
going in. I bought 2 dozen. If you have not had Lori Sorter's cookies, then you have not lived. It's like it's like a chocolate chip that's like sweet and they're salty, and it's just, I don't know how she does it.
Okay, so you bought 2 dozen?
I know her secret.
Got a
What?
big family.
You bought 2? Oh, I was going to say, could you bring a couple on
Huh?
Wednesday if you still have it?
What did you say, Steve?
I said I know her secret.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
So you're not going to say
None of us
anything.
could leave here.
You can't tell me now if you do it now.
Off mic.
Yeah. Off mic, we'll do that.
Gavin D'Amico coming up here to try to lead something off here for the Wolverines in the bottom of the 6th.
Tough day at the plate for Gav. Couple of strikeouts. There's a bounce at a third. Couple of hops on over to first. 1 down. It's 5 in a row set down by Ledyard pitching. Here's Mitchell.
Yeah,
Young
seven, I think
Wolverine
actually
team.
7 in a row, Mike.
7.
Yeah, I think so. Back to the bottom of the fourth, top of the bottom of the fourth. Started with Corey Smith.
Oh,
And they've gotten everybody.
you're
everybody
right.
since then.
Yep.
Again, Griswold has 1 hit on the afternoon and 3 runs.
3 runs, 2 runs scored on via the balk. I don't think I've ever seen that
Yep, I don't think I have either.
at any level. 1-1 to Mitchell. Pop up to the shortstop. Makes the catch. The Wolverines' hitting struggles continue.
Yeah.
They're getting the bat on the ball, but they're just
Yeah.
hitting them at people? Or their routine plays? I mean, they have 5 strikeouts today. Garvin has 4. You know what I mean? So it's not like the Ledyard's been overpowering.
I think Sean actually has 6.
Rubino takes strike 1 on the inside corner. Oh, and 2.
That one looked right down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of eerie right here right now, isn't it? Kind of funny to between the sky and
Foul.
this beautiful sunny day it was supposed to be.
So much for that. 0-2 to Rubino. 2 outs. Lenz down to third. Ball is bobbled. Gets away from him, and Rubino's going to be on an error by the third baseman. Brings up Smith.
Corey's 0 for 2. The fielder's choice back in the second, and a ground out to the pitcher back in the fourth. Griswold's time's getting a little tight here. Bottom of the 6, 2 outs, down by 2 runs. You're going to manufacture something.
And there's a little squibber. That could be trouble, and it is. Corey Smith is going to get the second hit for the Wolverines. Little infield single, but they all count.
It wasn't a Wiesner hit, but it was a hit.
Oh.
Scott Chasen going out to the mound, speak with his pitcher and infield.
Going to go back to the top of the order with Tanucci. Is he going to take the ball from Lenz or stick with him? He's got 2 outs. I see it go with him. He's got 2 outs. He's up by 2. Yep, they're going to hang with him.
Tanucci's 0 for 2. Walked back in the first and scored the Griswold first run, but then he popped up to third and popped up to first.
So, runner in scoring position.
Got a chance to do some damage here.
Tanucci
There's a rip.
sends one into the left field over the head of the left fielder. 1 run's going to score. Here comes Corey Smith coming around third. They're going to throw to the plate. He is safe. Wolverines tie it up on a 2-run double by Chris Tanucci.
What a big hit. What a big spot. What a big spot.
And that might be the spark that the Wolverines need.
He brought him back from nowhere.
5-5 brings up Merchant. Still all this with 2 out Merch.
Yeah.
The go-ahead run now at second base.
Another opportunity here. Go ahead.
Here's a strike on the inside corner. That ball is squibbed. See, at least the first base coach made an effort. At least the first base coach made an effort.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time stringing 3 words together. No balls, 2 strikes. Merchant in the hole. Wants to get Tanucci home. Who's off second. Here's the pitch by Lenz. There's a grounder foul to the third base side. Merch, just take a breather. I'll handle this one. His grandson, I'd be a wreck too. Here's the pitch by Lenz. There's a bouncer in the hole. Trouble. That's going to be trouble.
Safe.
He's got it. He's safe. Advances Tanucci to third. Merchant, who had 2 infield singles on Saturday, does it again. Again, the Wolverines staying alive in all of this with 2 outs, first and third, and that brings up Gilgenbach. So they're going right into the heart of the order here. A base hit does put them ahead. Ball 1 to Gilgenbach.
So you haven't like to slice one of those liners right over the shortstop's head. He's good for that. Right in the hole between left and center.
In the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Inside, 2-1. Gilgenbach had to get out of the way. He had to get out of dodge on that one. If the inning continues, Sean Garvin is on deck. Merchant on first, Smith on third. Here's the pitch from Lenz. That ball is high. 3 balls, 1 strike. So you got a hitter's count coming up, Merch.
Yeah, and Sean has been tagging the ball lately too, so he might have a real good opportunity to put the Wolverines ahead to stay. Get Gilgenbach on base. Oh, outside.
3-2.
Well, that was outside. Look outside.
Well, both of them were, but
yeah. Well, Merchant will be on his way here.
Here's the pitch. That ball's way outside. Ball 4. The bases are loaded for Garvin. It's the 8th walk given up by Ledyard pitching. If you're just joining us, boy, you're joining us at the right time. We are in the bottom of the 6th. 5-5 is the score. Bases are loaded with 2 out. Here's Garvin. That ball is outside.
It's funny. Coach Chasen went out to see Lenz when there was only 2 runners on and decided to leave him in. And they've now scored 2 runs, the bases loaded, and he's still leaving him in.
That's a strike, 1-1.
Sean could really help his own cause on the mound here with a nice base hit.
1-1.
There's
a base hit into right field. That's going to score 1. Merchant, he's chugging around. Here's the play at the plate.
Nope. Oh, no.
And they got him. But the Wolverines go ahead with their 6th run. As Tanucci comes in to score, they get 3. in the bottom of the 6th. Wolverines up 6-5. Now, Murch. Does Garvin, who just put his team ahead, come out to pitch the 7th?
Sure, why not?
Or do you?
Why not?
Okay. Get him the complete game victory.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, AJ Hamill's going back to the dugout. So, yeah. 6-5 the score.
That's a perfect relay play for Ledyard on that play at home. They had Evan by 6 feet.
I thought he was going to hook slide.
Yeah, I don't think it would have mattered.
Right into his shin guard.
So-
I was afraid he was going to hurt his leg.
So we're going to go to the top of the 7th. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I thought he was going to hurt his leg with that slide. You got Moynihan, Petriel, and Walker Lenz.
Well, they had 4 hits that inning, Mike. So that's nice little breakout for them, for the Wolverines,
Mhm.
after having 1 hit up to the 7th inning.
And they got it at the right time. They got him at the right time. They put him
was
together.
perfect. So we get 5, 6, 7 batters coming up.
So Garvin is now on the hill to try to go ahead and close it out and get a complete game victory where he's been trailing the entire game. And now he's not. Wolverines up 6-5.
He had 2 strikeouts last inning. First and 4th batters. So
There's nobody out yet. You figured that out pretty quick, didn't you? Murch and I tried to figure that thing out one
A
day.
lot of these, they automatically, like if you go third strike, it puts
Oh,
it out.
okay.
So Moynihan has walked, grounded out to short, and had a sacrifice bunt so far today.
It was the first pitch from Garvin. There's a strike. Off-speed pitch.
As long as Sean stays composed, I think as a freshman out there and in a situation that just happened where they come back and score 3 runs, he's just got to be composed
Ball's in the dirt. Nice stop by Merchant, 1-1.
and try to overthrow. Do what you've been doing for the last 6 innings. Moynihan's the DH for the Colonels.
There's a bouncer to Tanucci. 6-3. 1 down.
He was off the bag.
And here comes Jamison.
Did he come off too fast? Is that what happened? Van, where's that replay? It looked like a bang play. Tanucci had it over there in plenty of time. I don't know if Webster pulled off the bag before the ball got there. That's not the way they wanted to start this inning.
Here's Petriel. Petriel. How do you say it?
Petriel.
Petriel. Whatever.
No. E-L. Petriel.
Petriel.
Uh,
It's not like learning how to say Margiata.
all right. First runner on. Nate Petriel has a strikeout and got on a couple of E5s. We can turn 2 here. Had this thing way stolen. Yeah.
The ball goes into center field.
He was halfway down before the Garvin got off the mound.
Sorry.
Why apologize to me? All right. Runner on second, nobody out.
I missed the first pitch.
He offered the bunt, but it's 1-1. That one was fouled. Garvin needs needs a timely strikeout right here. He did get him in the first. Here's the bunt, and that's gonna go foul. 1-2. Now it'll be unlikely that he'll be bunting here. Do you bunt with 2 strikes in this situation?
I don't think so.
No, I don't either. Steve?
Got no outs, guy in second. I would.
Well, third strike foul. There is a out. Oh,
There's a base hit into right field. Just reached out. Corey Smith is going to throw the ball in. Got it in quick.
nice play.
So now you have first and third. Base hit. Here's Walker Lenz. Nobody out. Ledyard coming storming back.
That first out. Murder.
Ball is high.
Lenz had a base hit his last time up and struck out 2 times before that.
Not sure where that missed. It's 2-0. That's in the gap, but Corey Smith is going to be right there. Gets the ball and throws it right on in. Nice piece of play right there. Piece of work by Corey Smith to get that ball in a hurry, so Moynihan couldn't even think of tagging.
Actually, Moynihan had started off the bag and had to go back, and I think it just disrupted his timing over there. But with 1 out, you don't want to.
You don't want to chance
into
that.
a second. You run into a second at home plate. That's for sure.
Here's Margiotta. He's 0 for 3. Hasn't gotten it out of the infield.
Well, they could use that again.
Yeah. Three infield pops for Margiotta today. 1 down. There's the bunt, and they're going to go home. And he's safe as the ball gets away from Merchant.
He would have been in anyway. He slid under the play.
Tie score, 6-6. Petrel all the way to third. Here comes Ledyard. Here's Vitorito. Ball 1. Hamill throwing in the bullpen once again. 1 down here in the top of the 7th. Ledyard has tied it up. 2-0. popped in the infield. Who's going to call it? Webster. 2 down.
One of those barn burners here, Michael. Haven't seen one of these for a long time.
That's for sure. It's got that Griswold North Branford softball feel, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, here's Frazier. Struck out last time. Garvin trying to get out of the inning. And there's a pop-up. And it's going to drop.
Oh, no. How can that happen?
A little bit of miscommunication there between Ganley and Tanucci.
Yeah.
Petrel scores. Ledyard has come back with 2 to take the lead, 7-6.
That was not a good play.
Here's Sullivan. And then you got Wiesner next.
Yes, well. All started with that first batter, with that first, what appeared to be a easy out, and Webster, I assume, just either came off the bag. He must have come off the bag too soon because he didn't come to the side.
There's a base hit up the middle. That could score another one. Here's the throw. Another run for Ledyard, 8-6. Margarita comes home. I said it wrong. I wanted to see if you could.
Did you say margarita?
Well, it was Cinco de Mayo not too long ago. So I botched the poor young man's name.
Oh, this is too bad.
So Garvin's going to come out with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Ledyard with a 3 spot here in the top of the 7th to go ahead 8-6.
So I think Garvin's going to second base, and Gavin D'Amico is coming out of the game.
Well, tough inning.
Yeah, tough inning. It's too bad because I think, Griswold could have a come from behind win. That would have been really nice. And again, I'm not counting them out.
Still not over.
They're counting out because they did it last inning. They can do it again.
See if Hamill can get the 3rd out of the inning.
And the batter that we really don't want to see up right now
is Wiesner.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Jameson to walk him. He's done it before, at least.
We kind of pitched
twice.
around him last time.
Twice, yeah.
And you got first base open.
He pitched around the 3rd time up. He's 3 for 4. He had 2 doubles. Then he walked. That was the time they pitched around him. And then last time up, he had another
Base
single.
hit.
Yeah. I'd probably throw him on first base. I wouldn't want to face him.
Yeah, because
he's done it twice before this season.
They've had it. They've had better luck with Montgomery.
He's going out there right now, and I think he's going to tell. I bet he tells him to put him on.
Oh, there he comes. Yep, he just did just that. And he throws his bat in disgust.
Well, he was up there licking his chops, I'm sure. So,
Wouldn't you have been?
yeah. Well, if I could hit like him, I would have been.
All right, here's the 9th batter of the inning. Strike one on the outside corner.
So that's the only thing that walk does, though. The thing that walk does, of course, puts a force everywhere, but it also puts a little more extra pressure on A.J. Hamill out there. He can't walk a guy now. He cannot walk a guy.
Now he's ahead of Matamuri, 0-2. Garvin struck Montgomery out last time up. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Framed outside. 1-2. Here's the bouncer to Tanucci. Quick toss
Tell you
on
what,
over to Webster.
That kid has played a terrific game at
Yeah,
shortstop.
he
today.
has.
And A.J. Hamill comes in, puts the fire out. So that's good. All you got to do now is come up and start hitting. So that did the last inning. They have 4 hits last inning.
Yep.
4 hits. Let's do it again. You can do that.
I think so. So now they're going over the scorecard. So it looks like Walker Lenz is still on the mound. It's got a 2-run lead to hold on to. Who we got, Merch? Who we got?
Now Webster leading it off. And Gavin D'Amico's out of the game. So I'm thinking.
Unless he's still batting? It's a weird.
you swap as the DH. I don't know if you can do that.
So A.J. Hamill would be
Hamill
batting
would
in
be-
D'Amico's spot.
I think so. I think that's the way it will work. And AJ had a couple hits on Saturday. He was 2 for 3 for the day.
And he's got a helmet on, so that's exactly what it's going to be.
Nolan's a good leadoff man. Let's see what he can do here. Jason is stuck with Lenz, I'll tell you.
Mhm.
Last 10 to last inning, you would have thought that would have been a bad decision, but
Did you say that
starting this inning,
they have a doubleheader on Saturday?
no doubleheader on Saturday.
No, not Griswold.
Neither team.
Okay.
Neither team. They had a doubleheader last Saturday against your favorite Bacon Burger, but both teams this Saturday play a single game.
Yeah.
Ledyard plays home against East Lyme, and Griswold plays away at Lyman. We broadcasting Saturday, Mike? Are you doing a Lyman game away, or was that not on schedule?
Trying to get a softball game in.
Oh, you did do this past. Oh, it was in Turtle Lot, wasn't it? Wasn't
No.
the game in Turtle Lot this past week, Saturday?
Yeah, I didn't do a game
Yeah.
because we did 2 already last week. And we did 3 the week before.
Baseball.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the 7th.
We'll be here Wednesday, though, right?
No.
Oh, this Wednesday or Saturday? This is it for the week?
No, I want to try to do a softball game Saturday.
Oh.
I'd like to.
Oh.
No, Wednesday I don't negotiate with anybody.
Is that Rihanna's day?
That's the day with my little girl.
That was a ball.
That was the ball. 1-1. 1-1 to Webster. That hit, right over his head. I thought it was going to hit him. 2-1. It's been an interesting game. Just when you thought the Wolverines were out, they came back and took the lead. 6-5. And then Ledyard got 3 in the top of the 7th. 3-1. 8 walks given up by Ledyard pitching today. There's a strike. That was right down the pipe. Full count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Took something off that one and fooled Webster. 1 down. Brings up A.J. Hamill, who came into the game to pitch. So he's batting in D'Amico's spot since Garvin went to play second and D'Amico came out of the game. 1 down. Ball 1. Colin Mitchell on deck. Ball 2. Who do the Wolverines have on the bench that we haven't seen yet? J.J. Bruno. And it looks like he's putting a helmet on. 3-0.
Well, I think he's putting a helmet on to go and pinch run.
That's what I was just going to say. Yeah.
Gets on. I mean.
Strike 1 right down the middle, 3-1. Now in baseball, they call it a pinch runner, but over in the softball ranks, they call it a courtesy runner for the pitcher.
That's a courtesy runner. It's a courtesy to the pitcher.
Slow roller to third. Ball's in fair territory, and they get Hamill by a step. So the Wolverines are down to their last out. Colin Mitchell, third baseman. He's had a rough day today at the plate as well. 0-for-3. Walker Lenz looking to shut it down. Strike 1 swinging. Here's the pitch. Popped up in the infield, and this should do it. The shortstop makes the catch. And that's the ball game. But the Wolverines, Kevin, did make it interesting for a spell.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate. You come back and go ahead by a run, get the next runner, cut down a home plate on a relatively short base hit in right field. So I think they were looking at Evans Merchant's speed and thinking that he could make that second run to go ahead by 2, but didn't end up that way. But they come back, get some hits, go ahead, and again, in a year or two, they're going to win these games and not the opponent, because they're learning every time they play.
You got to give it to Garvin, man. Another great performance.
Yep. You can second guess everything here. You can say maybe he should have come out in the 7th, and maybe AJ should have gone in, but he was pitching well, and that first play, Tanucci scoops it up, makes a hard throw to first. Looked like he's out by 5 feet, and I think we never really heard, but I think Webster just came off the bag a little too soon. Yeah. I think it was such an easy play. He just went out and got it.
And it's plays like that kind of takes the winds out of your sails too,
certainly, because when getting that first out when you're ahead by a run, that's a big deal. And you got the lower part of the order coming up, where they have 5, 6, or 6, 7, 8, or 5, 6, 7. And those batters, hadn't set the world on fire like Wiesner did, his
Yeah.
4 times up today.
I mean, Garvin really from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 really had good luck with it was the first 4 that he had a lot of trouble with.
Yeah.
Or if he had trouble at all. So, all right, Merch. Thank you again.
Tough one to lose here.
Tough loss for the Wolverines. They lose at 8-6. Ledyard is your winner. For Steve Cravino on the scoreboard, the van cam. Get in front of the area. There he is. You get to see the van. He's right in front of it. Handsome devil he is. And of course, the Merch. Kevin Merchant. Final score 8-6. Have a great night, anybody, everybody, anybody, and everybody.
Anybody that wants to. Yeah.
Anybody that wants to. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for joining us right here on SN